Welcome to our YouTube channel, Chikatina Hairs. Okay, so today is more or less like a continuation of what we did the previous time as regards closure basis. So I have with me here Sen 13 by 4, which is frontal, and I also have again another 13 by 4, which is frontal. Now, I have thought some time ago that there are so many factors that are being put in place when prices are being formulated, right? In setting down prices by different producers. Let me assume these two products are the same length in assumption, right? The same length, but they have different prices. So many things, there are so many factors that are being put in check or being put in place in setting prices. Number one, it could be from the color. Do you understand? Aside the running cost of the so-called producing company, the color has it has a greater contributing factor. When these hairs are natural hairs, they are natural colors, they appear more expensive than the ones that come more or less like a 1B or a charcoal black. Do you understand? A hair can be any color, and in order not to make the hair more or less like a loss to the company, they can decide to dye it to any color. Do you understand? And hair colorists should bear me witness that once a hair is being dyed to color black, that darkest shade is very difficult to lift, right? I think it has attained its last final limit. And now, when these hairs appear in a darker shade, they appear to be more cheaper than the one that came in a natural color. Again, could be as a result of the length. Length in the sense that there is what we call finish length and extra length. If this happens to be 16 inches and this happens to be 16 inches, chances are that this one will be higher because it appeared longer. It has an extra length, and that's what we call extra length. Whereas this might also be the same 18 inches, but it appeared cheaper. You know why? We call it finish length. Maybe they wrote it 18 and you are getting 18 on the dot. But this written 18, at the end of the day, you might measure and you are getting an extra length of 20. Do you understand? So all these little things count. So now, if I check the price of this one and check the price of this one, we'll put it at the foot, on a footnote of this video so that you see the different comparison. This is higher than this, even if they appear to be the same length. Why? It has an extra length. Again, it is a more natural color than the other. Okay, so here is a typical example of what I just said in the frontal. Here is 4 by 4, 12 inches, and this is also 4 by 4, 12 inches. Taking a look at this, you will see one is longer than the other. Do you understand? One is longer than the other. So the longer one appears to be more expensive than this one. Do you understand what I mean? While this longer one is 12,100 naira, the shorter one is 10,005. You see, it's possible you can walk into a shop or even walk into our shop and ask us, maybe depending on the section you went to, and you are asking us, I want to buy 4 by 4 closure, 10 or 12 inches. And I have, okay, 12 inches for instance, and I happen to give you the price of the 10.5. And you go to another store and they told you it is 12.1. It is not necessarily meaning that that store sold it expensive. Do you understand? Here are the few parameters you have to consider. Just like I said before, the extra length it has and also the color of the hair. With this little explanation of mine, I hope I have been able to maybe, put one or two understanding to your mindset. Okay, before I conclude today's teaching, I have gotten a lot of messages or maybe a lot of questions about people. People are always disturbed or perturbed about maybe some items that usually come without closure, no closure base. Do you understand? It's quite simple. If this can come without a closure base, there has already been a reason why these things are being produced and sold separately, right? So it's being done in such a way that you will use this to match this. Do you understand? So it all depends on what you want to achieve. For instance, this is a straight hair. So the first thing you even have to do is to know what the kind of base you want your closures to be. You want it to be a 360, then you go for a single 360. Do you understand? Which you have to maybe infuse on this when converting it to a wig. If you want it to be a 𝐂𝐿𝐄𝐿, which is exactly this. So everything is all about choice. You just need to make your choice of closure or choice of your base, so it enables you know what exactly you are getting to match up with the hair. And also pay a very close attention to your color shade. Do you understand? If this is appearing darker, make sure you go for a closure that also appears darker or very close to the shade of the bundle you want to use it for. If you also want it as a frontal, same method or procedures also has to be applied. This is a body wave and it came without a base. Do you understand? So in order to mash up this, you will also need to find a closure, maybe a frontal or a 4x4 closure or a 𝐂𝐋𝐂𝐈𝐊𝐀 closure, whatever one you need, so far it falls within the closest structure of the coil or design pattern. It could be a frontal. You might decide to say, okay, I want to match it up with a frontal. Do you understand? It's all about planning, knowing what you want. Do you understand? You have to be intentional about all these things. Knowing what you have and knowing the base you needed to go for it. If, for instance, you are working maybe with coily, because some people also find it a little bit difficult in finding the closures of some of these things. This also came without a closure. So, but I'm here to also tell you there are also deep wave closures. So with this, we'll come to the end of our today's series. Thank you for listening. If you like this information, kindly like, share, and comment. And you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe. Thank you very much and remain blessed. Bye.